I'm Julian Boulding, the founder of the Network One, the world's largest communication agencies organisation. Last week we were asked by ICCO to form a panel at their Global Summit, which took place in Lisbon, to discuss the possibility of which agencies from the PR world will fail and which will succeed over the next 5 years. We put together heads of 4 of the most innovative and dynamic European agencies. We had Rodolfo Oliveira from Bloomcast in Portugal, who is now part of the Y Group. We had Kristina Nikolaeva from the Ukraine, part of the One Philosophy Group. And we had 2 agencies who had formed their own businesses into groups. Anders Wahlqvist of Nova Communication in Sweden and Andreas Fischer-Appelt of the Fischer-Appelt agency in Germany. What was the themes that arose? I think the first one and the starting point is that PR firms these days are not second cousins to advertising agencies. If you think of the 2 things that used to be the preserve of advertising agencies, creativity and media buying, neither of those is unique to those businesses today. Each of our agencies has strong creative content development in-house, and they have a way of going about content which is probably more attuned to the 21st century than the 20th. You have to make content today that is something people want to listen to earn their trust, earn their like and earn their engagement. I was surprised to find that more than one of them also now does media buying. Actually, if you think about it, most PR agencies do media buying to an extent, promoted tweets, seeding content to create viral exposure. And the idea that they can't do media buying is just to question the scale, and many of them through alliances and partnerships are scaling up very quickly. But the most important difference between these agencies and traditional companies is their agility. Just to take one example from each one, Rodolfo Oliveira has joined a business which has 300 people with a variety of digital skills at his core. I visited his office and he is literally kind of 5 meters away from one of Portugal's leading experts on e-commerce. We talked with Kristina. Kristina comes from the Ukraine. In the Ukraine, fake news, bots are a big problem that any communication agency has to deal with. Her agency and the group One Philosophy has worked strongly on artificial intelligence. Why? To identify what is fake news, what is real, what is a bot, what is a person. And they've done it specifically in the context of Ukraine and its immediate environment. We talked with Anders Wahlqvist, and his theme really was that we don't work these days with CCOs and CMOs. Ideally we work with CEOs, but part of that is working with what you call a CXO, a Chief Experience Officer. And a lot of the work in Nova Communication is to do with creating customer experiences that will lead to positive comment and relationships rather than spin stories and hope to get a positive vote for those. Perhaps the biggest and most advanced is Andreas Fischer-Appelt at Fischer-Appelt. He's built a 30-person PR firm into a 700-person firm that offers a complete suite of communication services. He has a creative department that is built for the earned media era and not like some more traditional PR firms through hiring people from advertising agencies. He has bought an advertising agency himself, Philipp & Koitscher, one of the best in Germany, just in case you have people who still need an advertising agency. But perhaps the question he's most proud of is this, that Air Berlin, recently the German airline, sadly went under. A lot of people were on the market. Probably the best thing about the firm was its online sales department. And Fischer-Appelt hired the entire online sales department. Why on earth would a PR agency do that, you ask yourself? Well, Andreas had a very simple answer. He said, the CCO, the CMO might or might not be at the boardroom table, but the head of sales certainly still is. If you're working with the best online salespeople in the business, adding those to your communication agency, you're probably going to out-Chinese the Chinese and their expertise in mixing social media with commerce. Each of those people have really, really interesting business models. Please take a look for yourself and think independently and think proactively.
Hello, my name is Anders Wallqvist. I'm CEO of the Nova Group, a communication agency group that has offices in Stockholm, Oslo, Malmö and Visby in Gotland. We're operating mainly in the Nordic region, and though we're a full-service agency now, we're a full-service group consisting of 14 different agencies. We started off as a PR agency, and that is probably why I was invited to talk at the ICCO Summit in Lisbon last week. And what we talked about was the PR allies, the PR future, and what's ahead of us. And I believe that you need to start to look at why are we at all talking about competitors and the need for development. And there are two things that strikes you. One is that we, as a branch, normally doesn't change. We still do the same stuff. We could say that we do digital and that we look at data nowadays, but mostly we also just sit around, wait for the brief, wait for the client to give us the full deck, and then we start working. And also our branch has, reached rock bottom when it comes to margins. There's a need for change for at least for our own end result. But also there you see that the competitors are no longer within the branch. When we talk to clients, they don't really care where the talent come from. It could be from Fiverr, it could be in-house, it could be recruitment, or they can use an agency. And when you look upon changing these kind of teams, it's not longer solely the CMO's task, because it consists of all sorts of client experience. So we see a new upcoming title, Chief Experience Officer, CXO. And the more and more you work towards the CEO or the board, you realize that the people that have their trust, and you know this of course, are the management consultants. But they also keep buying design agencies, or PwC in Nordic region has started a brand experience center, which is great, but it also very directly competes with the communication, I guess. So we think that you need to start comparing yourself with management consultants and look at their business models, because they make money, they have the trust, and now they're changing their how, and they look upon communications. So we need to look upon the management consultants. How did they do it? What's their business models? So when I asked what's our next recruitment is, it's not head of sales, we have that. It's not head of data, we have that as well. It's head of business models. We need to change the way we work together with our clients, we think. Bye.
Hello, my name is Rodolfo Oliveira. I'm the managing partner of Bloomcast Consulting. We are a PR firm focused on the business-to-business space. And we are part of Y Group, which is a large group of Portuguese companies focused on marketing and communication fields. Going back to what was discussed last week at the ICCO Summit, we were asked to provide some insights on what we believe would be the things that would shape our industry and make some companies thrive and some companies not succeed in these 5 years. It was a tall order, and we kind of tried to separate our view of this issue in three main areas. So basically on the strategy side, it's a vision issue and it's a business management issue. So going from the strategy side, we believe that companies, and in this field and in others, should look at something which is a very compelling and interesting concept, which is the edge hard concept, which was made popular by Jim Collins' book From Good to Great, which basically explains why some companies succeed and why some don't. And actually we need to understand what is the things that make us unique, what are the things that we are very good at, and what are the things that are driving our business. And then from there, develop our own concept and work from there. The second part, I believe that companies who succeed will need to be very, very strong in terms of understanding their purpose and keeping that purpose as a guiding light of what to do or not. So basically our North Star. Purpose is actually what makes us drive our business forward. So we need to understand whether it's media relations, whether it's understanding the role of communications for our customers, we need to make sure that we have a clear purpose in our company and have that as something that guides us on our daily basis. And we need to look very, very carefully as well on the business management side. And on that area, we focus on two attributes, which is the attitude and the skills. We need to find and have the right people that are focused, that have ability of relationship management. This is a relationship business. People have to be able to engage properly with customers and know how to engage at most different levels. People need to be eager to learn and adapt, because this is a business that is very fast pace of change, and we need to make sure that people are able to cope with that change and lead with that change. Lastly, I would say that we need to be global thinkers, because the market we operate in some cases is local, in some cases is broader in scope, but actually the trends that are shaping our industry are global. And so we need to understand them and understand what's happening around the world, so we are able to cope better and develop better propositions to our customers. On the skills side, we need to improve the media relations skills. We need to bring that in a broader scope. Media is not anymore just traditional stakeholders. We need to look at stakeholders in a broader scope. Everybody that has a communication channel is able to engage one-to-many, it probably should be considered within this scope of stakeholders. We need to improve the business knowledge. We need to know the rhythm of the business of our customers to make sure that whatever we propose and whatever we do is in sync and in line with whatever these priorities are. And lastly, we need to know more about digital tools. Digital is pervasive, and we need to make sure that whatever we do in terms of digital is leading edge, and that we are able to learn and adapt and keep at the leading edge of what's being done on the digital front. And above all, we need to always strive to do our best and be excellent in everything that we do.
My name is Kristina Nikolaeva. I'm Managing Director of Beat Agency, one of the leading communication consultancies in Ukraine. We are part of One Philosophy group of companies that focuses on communication, public affairs, leadership consultancy, and customer experience. During ICCO Summit last week, we discussed how an agency can stay relevant today and in the future. There is a discussion about a competitive threat that we see from management consultancies. We at Beat Agency think that there are three main things that we can learn from management consultancy. The first one is to know the business of your client. The biggest value we as communicators can create is impact on business, and to have mandate for that we need to demonstrate that we understand the business of our clients, what impacts the top line, how to reduce costs, what keeps my client CEO awake at night, and what can I as an agency do to solve my client's problem. One Philosophy group of companies, our sister agency, expertise lies in public affairs, health and social impact, leadership consultancy, and customer experience. Looking at our clients from these 5 points of view allows us to go beyond communication and prove our client that we can create exceptional value. The second one, creativity matters. Otherwise, why would consultancies buy creative agencies? We at Beat Agency started to invest in creative capability in 2016. At the moment, we see and hear from our clients that our creative differs from the one that advertising agencies bring. Speaking about expertise that agencies should have in-house, I think we all accepted that being good at communications is not enough anymore. Within Beat Agency, in addition to creatives whose number we have been expanding for the last couple of years, we have machine learning scientists in our team, in addition to UX designers. Neuroscientists have been our partners for some of our projects, and data scientists will either become part of our agency team or partners in our project in the nearest future. As an agency, we want to create and implement projects that will impact business and our country. And to be able to accomplish tasks like this, we need to have a diverse team with a diverse expertise. Of course, no one knows what will happen with us in the future, except for there will be a lot of changes and challenges. But I'm sure that the talent will remain at the heart of our business and its success just as it is now. So clearly defined purpose will help you to attract and retain talent and inspire them for great achievements.